Alright. Break! Yes. That's how you break through that keep out tape. As I would have it, they found a crowd in the path. In their path, backs turns toward them. Excited voices rose up from the throng. Oh, what's the deal? Is something going on? It's a street fight! A fight, as the name implies, that takes place out on the street, typically using bare hands and no weapons. Even a bare-handed fight can result in serious injuries, though, which is why they're pretty illegal. As she clutches Tommy's hand, good and tight. Whatever you do, don't let go. Without a moment's hesitation, he ploughed his way through the crowd. Moving on the far side of the gathering, Achi saw the main road ahead. Cars were zapping past in a steady stream. What do we do? There were too many cars for them to rush across the street without getting hit. But they couldn't exactly just sit and wait for the lights to change. They certainly couldn't go back the way they came. And pursuit was getting closer and closer. It told me Achi touched it. We're gonna cross, because then that should cause the traffic issue that should save Kano's life. We're gonna cross. What? Dragging Hitomi by the hand, I shot into the street. Moving purely by instinct, he wove his way through the gaps between the speeding cars. Yeah. The highway across the car slammed its brakes and kept from hitting him, causing several cars behind to crash into another one. The multi-car pile-up plunged the roadway in total chaos. As a result of the chaos, traffic in the nearby area will be at a standstill, while on their way to the syndicate hideout, Shinju Kano and Jack Stanley have gotten caught in the traffic jam. Yep, we'll look at that later. Now, moments the street was clogged with a long line of stopped car vehicles. Achi and Hitomi's pursuers remained on the other side and did not pursue. Okay, that was crazy. Hitomi batted his quarterback. Well, you know what they say. Idle feet are the devil's playthings. Hands! Hands! His idle hands! Whatever, at least they'd gotten away. Yes, idle hands, not idle feet. Oh, let's go. She led her way down several twisting side streets before slowing its pace. By now, Hitomi was slumped and panting heavily. He wanted to give her some time to rest, but if they hung around, their pursuers might still find them. They ran and spotted a multi-tenant building, and the nearest door was open. Bundles of flyers were set out near the entrance. Flyers of Au Revoir, the 22nd performance by the theatre troupe The Wandering Angels. It tells a tale of a man named Ryu looking back on his 100-year life as a warrior. The performance features wire action as his majority set piece, with Ryu and his rival Shido flying high through the air. The battles with magical Muramasa Blade and Beam Saber, respectively. As you peeked inside, I saw piles of plywood and painted lumber. It looked like this was a storeroom for the theatre stage props and scenery. "We can hide out here," he said. But Tommy hesitated, but she grabbed her hand and a little tug. "It'll be fine, there's nobody around." They stood inside the storeroom and she quickly shut the door behind them. "We should probably rest a bit," he said. There was a wooden platform set up beside a large piece of plywood. As you made a magazine that had fallen on the floor and spread it on the top of the platform's dusty surface. "Here, now you can sit without getting your clothes dirty." "Thank you." Tommy quietly took a seat. "You should probably turn off our cell phones," as she said. "It could be really bad if they rang at the wrong moment." Two powered off their phones. As she took a cursory look around, it didn't look like there was any way in or out besides the door they'd come in through. There was a single window set in the wall, and it wouldn't open far enough to let them through. "What the... Ah!" To now a quiet gasp. Someone was outside the storeroom. Achi put a finger on his lips and Hitomi gave a fearful nod. Window's frosted glass blocked any real view in or out. So long as they stayed quiet, they ought to be safe. Whoever was outside pressed their face to the frosted glass, trying to get a glimpse inside. The blurry visage of a foreigner who'd attacked them was dimly visible. Like the man with a cane before him, this guy was quick to catch up. Man pounded on the glass as he swallowed a lump in his throat. This guy got in. They had nowhere to run. He turned to Hitomi. Let's run out through the door. I mean, he seems to know where they are each time, but if they just sit tight... Because right on the door, there was the two of them, weren't there? So maybe if they just sit tight. We find that just sit tight. Hitomi clutched Achi's arm hard. Can I have you something? Said a casual voice from outside. They saw their pursuer react at once, pulling back from the window. That's just our storeroom, you know, the voice added. Achi heard footsteps scampering away. Yeah. Kidnapper had run off. Achi exchanged glances with Hitomi and let out a tiny sigh. There were more voices coming from outside now. What was up with that guy? I know. Ugh. Whatever, let's just hurry up and get the stuff tied up. Ugh, man, my throat's raw. It sounded like a conversation between two men. Storeroom door opened, and the men clumped their way inside. Taka and Taro Takura, two members of the theatre troupe, The Wandering Angels. Takura is a Wandering Angel star actor playing the lead role of Ryu in today's performance of Au revoir, or troupe's 22nd piece. As I stepped completely naked and caught a cold, leading to a sore throat he now has. Okay. Toga is a stage director handling things behind the scenes. He's very irritated when Shinichi Bando, in charge of props, seems to have gone AWOL. So, what are we getting at? Let's grab all those folding chairs over there. Yeah? Lisa said we're going to need a lot more seats all of a sudden. Mr. O'Reilly said that? Going all out at the troops' last hurrah, huh? Beats me, man. In no real hurry, the men went about carting the folding chairs away. They didn't notice Achi and Hitomi sitting silently in the shadows. I'll change the subject, but how come we're using a dry ice machine and not a smoke machine? Maybe that's why my throat's bothering me? Yeah, it's pretty weird. Nobody's even operating it, and it's still drawing a ton of power. Think it's effective? Achi and Hitomi waited for the two men to finish up. If they were spotted, it would probably cause a scene, and worse still, it might alert the men who were hunting them. Once they carried out the rest of the folding chairs, the men closed the storeroom door. The foreigner could still be somewhere nearby, though, so Achi decided they should hide out in the room a little bit longer. It's probably a smart move, to be honest. This blows. I want to get back out there and look for that blue van ASAP, but Achi trailed off as something occurred to him. Wait a second. That's weird. His friend looked at him quietly. The kidnappers already have the ransom money, yeah? I said, that's right. And then they told you that your sister was in some blue minivan. Isn't that kind of weird? What do you mean? Did you figure out that your sister was in the minivan by herself? Well, yes. If one of the kidnappers were with her, they wouldn't need to send me to go get her. Right, she said. And yet the fact was that as soon as the kidnappers had their money, they could have let Hitomi's sister out of the vehicle and just run off. There was no point in sending Hitomi to fetch her personally. A look of revelation dawned on Hitomi's face. Oh! That minivan had already left Unzaka, she said. And it came back while we were waiting for it, and she finished. He thought back to earlier run-in with the blue vehicle. So then, inside that minivan, there had been a bunch of foreigners inside. Which meant They were trying to ambush Hitomi. They told her sister was in the minivan to lure her into it, and the kidnappers had been lying in wait inside. Do you think they were trying to kidnap Mimi too? That's it! Achi clapped his hands together. Then they'd let your sister go and demand a ransom for you. Then they'd make her deliver the ransom money for your release. They'd be able to get, like, infinite ransom money, constantly abducted one twin after the other. No, I don't think that's the reason. That seems a little far-fetched. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Now that she'd said so, Achi realised it was kind of a ridiculous idea. Still, what if the kidnappers really were trying to kidnap me? As in, like, accidentally abduct the wrong twin? I mean, I guess that would have been easy to botch up. That implied they wanted me specifically and not my sister. Tommy paused briefly and thought. Maybe you're hot on your sister or something? Achi suggested with enthusiasm. Hitomi shook her head. That can't be it. If anything, it's the other way around. Compared to my sister, I'm just... Whoa, hey, stop right there. Achi had to interrupt her. You're not just anything. Please don't, I'm just... Tears welled up in Hitomi's eyes. Why? Why did this happen to her? Why not me? Oh, hey, come on, don't cry. I'm sorry. Cheer up, it's like the song says. Don't just stand there, wipe those tears away. That one. You know it? Is that Ayakumiki? Yeah, that's the one. Put your hand in mine, every single bee's a light. Huh? You know, every single bee's a light. To allow a giggle. Everything will be alright. You got the lyrics wrong. It's everything will be alright. Ah, right. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense, I guess. And she was mouth curled into a sheepish smile. Fucking hell. Alright, I think we've laid low long enough, Achi said at last. Think we should be on our way. Think we should be on our way? He was about to get to his feet when he heard voices outside the storeroom again. Oh god, not again. Alex, that was pretty careless of us. Yeah, we definitely gotta watch it. They got his money over town, they sounded a bit panicked. Two members of the troupe, Wandering Angels, star actor. But lineage in appearing on the stage, he's been taking on TV drama and film work as well. The next role he's slated for is in Sun TV's upcoming suspense drama, Sumo Queen 2. What? Where he will play the referee who utters the lame line, "Looks like things are getting heavy." Upon discovering a victim's dying message inscribed in one corner of the sumo ring. What? These mythical shows sound fucking insane. You're supposed to be messing with the storeroom bunch lately. Yeah. Did you hear who's behind it? Some juvenile delinquents. A gang? Wow, that takes me way back. Alright, let's have me on back. And she rushed over to the door. Tried turning the knob, but the door wouldn't budge. Come on, are you freaking kidding me? He paced frantically around the room, pulling at his hair. We locked in. And that door was the only way in or out. That she knew we were well and truly trapped inside the storeroom. This is all my fault, Achi said. It was my idea to hide out here in the first place. But we're not going to be able to find that blue minivan now. Guess we have to get someone on the outside to help us, Tony replied. She scowled thoughtfully. They powered their phones back and on in order to call for help. Big question is, who could they possibly ask? Tell me, anyone you can reach to? Miss Tanaka, I suppose. Tanaka, right. Suggestion didn't exactly thrill Achi. He had no idea what this Tanaka guy was like. Hopefully he was dependable sort who would actually show up to rescue them. But somehow that thought made Achi feel even worse. Achi had someone he figured he could call, but he hesitated, uncertain. There had been a time when he trusted this guy more than anyone. They'd bailed each other out of countless jams. Nowadays, though, things are different. Don't give Achi a puzzled look as he sat lost in thought. Right, guess they didn't have much of a choice. Just scrolled through the contacts list of his cell phone. Found a name he thought he'd never call again. Susumu. Yo. Achi, is that you? Susumu's voice was low and guarded. Look, I've got a favor to ask you. I'm in a real bind here. Huh? Like, things are ridiculously bad. I thought maybe you could help me out a little bit. You seriously thought I'd help you? Susumu's voice was like ice. You mess with me or something. You're messing with me or something, man. Now it sounded a touch angry as well. Painful memories flashed before Achi's eyes. Right then, sorry to bug you, just forget it. Susumu hung up before Achi was even finished talking. No dice, Achi said to Hitomi with a lopsided frown. She looked back to him with an expression mirror of his own. What should we do? We should go stabby stab is one thing. Let's see. What should we do? Guess we're back to Mr. Tanaka. Guess so. I'm gonna go ahead then. Pardon me. Always Mr. Tanaka working these people. That's what I'm suspicious about. Tommy tried calling him repeatedly, but Tanaka didn't pick up. What could have happened? She muttered under her breath. Do you think maybe the kidnappers found out Mr. Tanaka and I have been in contact? As she shrugged. It looked like they were just going to need to find some way out of here on their own, and then maybe look for the minivan themselves. She stood over the door and grabbed hold of the knob. Tried giving it a good sturdy pull. Ugh, no good. The thing won't even budge. That door opens outward. Wait, really? Oh no, Achi, really? She tried giving it a push. It still didn't open. Oh. He kicked it. Oh, the door wasn't exactly as sturdy as Achi had experienced. I think I can make this work. He backed up and got a running start and then kicked the door with all his might. Yeah! The door went flying off its hinges. Oh man, that was way too easy. He stood out cautiously out of the storeroom. He quickly scanned the surrounding area. There was nobody in sight. Looks like we're in the clear, he called. Hitomi didn't come out, nor did she reply. Hitomi? She had her phone in her hand, apparently still trying to get in touch with Tanaka. The tiny side actually leaned against the wall and waited for her to finish. Well? Don't look like I'm going to have any luck, she said. You know, we can leave now, right? Are you still holding out hope for that, for your Mr. Tanaka? It's not that. I'm just a little worried. Oh yeah? Okay then. I'll just wait around here. Okay, I'll be right with you. Uh-huh. And she shuffled his way outside. Oh! Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Oh, crap. By the time Achi could finish processing the thought, he had already laid out on the ground. His jaw hit the asphalt hard. He bit the tip of his tongue clean off. Ooh! The taste of blood filled his mouth. A moment later, he took a sharp blow to the head. He was done for. All the energy drained from his body. His mind whirled. His vision grew hazy. He began to drift from consciousness. Back when he'd run with Susumu and the others, he'd never left himself exposed to a surprise attack. There were plenty of times when he'd taken a punch that sent him reeling, only to spin away and come back swinging. This time he hadn't even seen it coming. It was his last mistake. Yeah, guess I let myself go soft. Actually grimaced inwardly, muttering in her voice no one but he could hear. Hitomi, I'm so sorry. Yeah, bad end. Why the fuck was she on the phone? Attacked by the man with the cane. Susumu managed to break out of the storeroom only to be knocked out by the man with the cane while He waited for Hitomi. Things might have gone differently if Hitomi had managed to get in contact with Tanaka. Why hadn't he responded to her calls? Maybe something strange had happened at the Osawa instance. Or perhaps there was some reason he wasn't able to answer the phone? Well, I've got no answer to that. Unless we continue with that one, but I mean...